Hey everyone, so I'm back with another video, and today I'm gonna do my summer wrap up. In that I read 15 books this summer, and today's the first day of fall, so let's talk about these books. So I actually finished four series, which is really great. I finished the Chaos Walking trilogy by Patrick Ness. The last book was Monsters of Men, and that was really good. I liked the alternating characters and point of views, but the Spackle one that they introduced was just not. I did not like it. I get that they were the ones that were held down by everyone else, but I just couldn't get into it. Like the style and that it was written in was not for me. But I really enjoyed Viola's chapters and Todd's chapters and how they were kind of pitted against each other by their surroundings. So I thought that was really interesting. Another series I finished was the Beautiful Creatures series. I'm looking over here because I have a list. So that one, the last one was Beautiful Redemption, and it took me forever to finally finish it because I bought it like last October and finally finished it like sometime in June. But it was great. They also introduced another alternating point of view chapters in that, and Lena drove me insane. I couldn't deal with her anymore. But it was great to see how she was dealing with Ethan being not alive technically, and how they went about that whole thing. I did like Ethan. Ethan will remain one of my favorite characters of all time. He's so good. Really like him. But I'm sad it's over. But it was a good ending. I liked it. Next is the Chemical Garden trilogy, and the last one in that was Sever, and I really, really enjoyed that book. It was really, really good. Just that world is so crazy. Like the whole, the girls die by the time they're 20, and the guys by the time they're 25. So it's like a race to see if you can survive. And there's a lot of twists and turns in this, the last book of the trilogy. So I really enjoyed it, and I just, if you want, you should read it because it's so good. That whole trilogy is just such an interesting world to delve into and see what so many things that are wrong with it. But lastly, the last trilogy that I finished was the Match trilogy with Reached, and that also had the alternating point of views. And they introduced two male characters along with the female one, and the female, oh, again, drove me insane. But I really enjoyed the two male ones because it was just like a breath of fresh air. There were so many beautiful quotes in that entire book. It was just great to just read along and be taken blown away because it was just like the entire world is also insane. Dystopian worlds. That's where I'm at, man. But yeah, so for some standalones, I continued with another series, which is the Legend series with Prodigy, and it was great to see how Day and June were basically again pitted against each other because of where they're from, and it was she was trying to save him, and this whole a lot was going on, and Chanming comes out in November. I'm so excited. It's the last of the trilogy, which is sad, but I'm excited to see how it'll all wrap up. It's gonna be very good. Let's see what else I've read. I've read Eleanor and Park. Everyone's raving about this book, so if you haven't heard of it, where have you been? But it's by Ray Rowell, and it's so good. It's amazing. It's about these two very unlikely characters that get together. They meet on the school bus, and from then on, this lovely friendship, and then lovely relationship forms, and it's just great to see their ups and downs and how their families are so different, and they still find some break out of their shells and find a way to make it work. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful story. And I need to read her other books and fangirl because that just came out and everyone's talking about it. So I need to get my hands on all these books. Next is Hes Gone by Deb Coletti. Deb Coletti is one of my favorite authors of all time. And this is her first adult novel, and I really, really enjoyed it. I took my time with it. I took like 2 weeks, I think, to read this book, and it was great because the whole story is that the narrator's husband disappears, and she doesn't know where he is, and you are thinking, oh, did she kill him? Because there's some parts of the night that she has forgotten because she was drinking and she had mixed pills with her drinks or something like that. So this huge unraveling of the character and her thinking, oh my God, what have I done? And thinking back on her relationship, and it's just really, really nicely done how the writing is. And it was great because I just got Twitter a couple months back now, but I've been able to, when I was reading it, I was tweeting with the author, and it was great to have that connection and see, let her know how much I enjoyed her work. It was so awesome. But let's see, next, I finished The Moon and More by Sarah Dessen, another one of my favorite young adult authors of all time. Love her. So I wanted to get around to a Sarah Dessen novel because summer is not complete without a Sarah Dessen novel. So I read this one. It's her newest one, and I really loved it. Emmeline, the narrator, was, oh my God, I felt for her because she was She works at this like beach resort kind of thing. It's owned by her. The realty is owned by her family. So she just the story starts that she just is almost breaking up with her boyfriend, and this new guy comes in. So it's like that part, the love interest is always there in all her novels. But with this, it was more interesting because they focused on like life after like college, not college, after high school, and seeing what's the next step. And it's her family. There was all these things going on. Her father came back into the picture, and it was all like these confusing emotions. And I just loved how the writing went, and all these interesting characters that I just wish that we could delve more into and just make another story just of the characters alone, because that would be awesome. Let's see. Lastly, I've read these in the like past 2 weeks. I read Beauty Queens and Going Bovine by Libba Bray, and I really enjoyed her the Great Terrible Beauty series way back. So I was happy to finally read these two because they came out years ago. And Beauty Queens was so good. The writing was so hilarious, and I really loved it. It was so awesome. And Going Bovine was interesting. It's not one of my favorites, but I really liked it. The narration was very interesting in that the character, he gets a disease and he thinks he's dying, so he goes on this like adventure, but the whole time you're like, is he hallucinating this adventure, or is he actually on it? It's a very like, you decide what you want to think about the whole like journey that he goes on. I think it was good. And see, lastly, I read Invisibility by Andrea Kremer and David Levithan, and what a paranormal standalone novel this was. It was insane. The narrator is an invisible boy. He's been invisible his whole life because of a curse that was put on his mom, and he doesn't find that out until later on in the novel. But he meets a girl that can see him, and it's this whole ride of like why she can see him and all these things that they have to do. It's insane. You should read it because it's such a great novel, and it's also just very heartbreaking because and it's a boy and he just wants to be seen, but this girl can finally see him, and it's all the emotions, all the feels. But yeah, and I think that was it. I'm excited to see what else. I'll be reading soon. I have so many books to read. My camera's standing on like 20 of them right now, legit. So I'm excited to see what else fall will bring, and all the books, all the scary, creepy books. I'm thinking about reading Grimm's fairy tales and all these other things. But that's for another video. I'll talk about it soon. Talk to you guys later. Bye.